Ex-Pak Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif launches no-holds-barred attack on military, exposes Sham Democracy in a major embarrassment for the Imran Khan-led government on Sunday. Former Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif exposed the military establishment's complete interference in the democratic process. Addressing a conference of opposition parties in Islamabad via video conferencing, he lamented that the sanctity of people's vote has been always trampled upon by the Pakistani army. To buttress his point, the PMLN leader highlighted that not a single PM has been allowed to complete the 5-year tenure in Pakistan's history. Launching a scathing attack on the military, Sharif indicated that the former ran a parallel government which was more powerful than the democratically elected government. He described this phenomenon as a state above the state. According to him, the root cause of Pakistan's problems was the military's refusal to accept the writ of the elected representatives and the existence of a parallel government. Ex-Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif remarked, "According to the constitution, Pakistan's democratic system is based on people's choice. This is the principle in all democracies across the world. When the sanctity of the vote is not respected, then the democratic mandate is fake. By chance, if a representative of the people is elected, then he is first made powerless and then ousted. In the 73-year-old history of Pakistan, not a single PM was allowed to complete his full term. On average, every dictator ruled for 9 years while every PM could stay in office for only 2 years on an average. The reality is that in Pakistan, there is either martial law or a parallel government functions which is more powerful than the existing government." Once upon a time, former Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani said, "There is a state within a state which cannot be tolerated. The sad part is now there is a state above the state. The root cause of our problems is the non-acceptance of elected representatives and the existence of a parallel government," he added. "Our struggle is not against Imran Khan." On this occasion, the former Pakistan PM also alleged that the 2018 general election was rigged to prop up Imran Khan as the Prime Minister. Just a few days before the election, he and his daughter Maryam Nawaz, who were leading the campaign for civilian supremacy, were sentenced by an accountability court on the charges of corruption. Moreover, polling agents of various parties were reportedly thrown out during the counting process, thus casting doubts on the legitimacy of the cricketer-turned-politician's victory. He stressed that the people responsible for the rigging would be held accountable in the future. Maintaining that the foremost priority of the opposition should be ousting the PTI-led government, he clarified that the struggle was not against Imran Khan. Hitting out at the military again, Sharif contended that the real fight was against forces that manipulated the election, thereby destroying the country. The PMLN leader is currently out on bail after being convicted in a corruption case and has been undergoing medical treatment in London since November 2019. He said, "Our foremost priority should be removing the selected government and this system. Our struggle is not against Imran Khan. Today, our struggle is against those who installed Imran Khan and who manipulated elections to bring an incapable man like him into power and thus destroyed the country," he elaborated. China constructed 9 buildings in Lapcha-Limi region of Nepal. China, after trying to change the status quo along lakh, has now encroached into Nepalese territory that could cast a shadow over ties between the ruling Communist Party in Nepal and Beijing. Reports are emerging that China has constructed 9 buildings on the Nepali territory. The development came to light during an inspection of the Lapcha-Limi region of Nepal's remote Hamla region from August 30 to September 9 by the local district officer, ET has reliably gathered. Chinese PLA and border police have occupied Nepalese territory at Limi Lapcha area of Namkhaga Upalak AA, rural municipality, of Hamla district, ET has further learnt. The Chinese side has unilaterally completed the construction of buildings 1 km to the Nepali territory. Lapcha-Limi is a very strategic place from where Kailash Mansarovar is seen clearly, and the Chinese move is part of its expansionist designs, sources told ET from Kathmandu. The matter has been reported by the district administration to the Nepal Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In June, a Nepal government report said that China is using road construction in Tibet to occupy Nepali land and may establish border outposts in near future. Nepal's Survey Department of Agriculture Ministry had then claimed that China encroached on 10 places which comprises early 33 hectares of Nepalese land, adding that it has also been diverting the flow of rivers to increase its territory. After the government report, the opposition Nepali Congress urged the KP Sharma Oli government to bring back the encroached territory by holding talks with Beijing, but so far the PM has not said anything over the issue. In a letter to the House of Representatives, the opposition claimed that more than 64 hectares of land of various districts such as Dholaka, Humla, Sindh Upalchok, Gorkha and Raswa were encroached by China. To expand its road network in Tibet Autonomous Region, TAR, China has changed the course of rivers flowing towards Nepal. President of the Tibetan government in exile, Lobsang Singye, had earlier warned Nepal and other Asian nations, saying that with the occupation of Tibet in the 60s, Chinese leadership made it abundantly clear that Tibet is the palm and that they have to go for its 5 fingers: Ladakh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sikkim, and Arunachal Pradesh. China's recent aggression in the Himalayas proves that it is planning to accomplish its 5-finger plan, Singye had said. UAE-based weapons maker promises nearly 1 lakh Kar-816 assault rifles for the Indian Army through Make in India. The UAE-based small arms manufacturer Caracal on Monday stated they are committed to the Make in India initiative to fast-track the supply of 93,895 Kar-816 assault rifles. The company was selected by the Indian Ministry of Defence in 2018 to supply assault rifles to Indian Army. Caracal stated that they have already identified the required land, facility and local partners to be able to commence production immediately. Over 20% of the components fitted on the Kar-816 are already made in India, with Caracal now making a commitment to fully manufacture the rifles in country, in alignment with the Make in India initiative. The initiative will also see Caracal oversee technology transfer. The company stated that they have already surpassed global competitors in terms of performance and technicalities to win the bid 2 years ago, and now confirms its readiness to service the fast-track order from India within 12 months. Hamad Al-Amiri, Chief Executive Officer, Caracal, said, Caracal was awarded the close-quarter carbine contract in 2018 to supply the Indian Army with the Kar-816, after having undergone a rigorous selection process. He further stated that having agreed to fast-track the supply, and with the formalities still under discussion, they would like to reiterate their commitment to the half Make in India initiative. With strong bilateral ties between our two nations, and with India being a key market for Caracal, we remain on standby to supply the product to the customer upon instruction. The Kar-816 carbines are intended to replace the Indian Army's current 9mm Sterling carbines, with the Kar-816 boasting higher bullet velocity and reduced weight compared to the Sterling carbines. The assault rifle has secured a number of contracts from customers across the Middle East, Europe, and Asia, and has been adapted to suit the Indian Army's needs, incorporating the latest technological advances. Caracal is part of the Missiles and Weapons Cluster within EDGE, an advanced technology group for defense and beyond, and has wholly owned subsidiaries in Germany and the US.